What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Raider Radio. I'm Alex Hanna.
And I'm Maya Altman.
And I'm Elena DeMello.
And I know it has been a while since we have aired another episode, but for the next few months of the school year, we're going to be taking quite a bit of a shift of what you guys normally expect from our show. Our other shows, Raider305 and Raider Take, we will be giving exclusive coverage on those shows. For example, we will be talking about stories that we've aired in our shows, commercials, commentaries, and the same thing with Raider Take. So let's get started, and I think we have quite a show for you guys today, so we'll get started with the first segment. All right, guys, so for our first segment, I'm here with
Ellie Rodriguez.
And tell me, what story do you guys do and what job?
So I was on the Music All story and I filmed all the B-roll. So all the footage that you saw beside the interviews, that was me filming it.
Well, the B-roll was really good because I saw the story and it will be on Raider305. So what made you guys want to pick this story to do?
Well, we thought the story itself was just super inspiring because, you know, she went through the struggle of having to kind of like learn how to be able to teach the love of music to kids who have special needs, who have different needs and have different needs that needed to be met. So she kind of learns, this is a really heartwarming story where she learns how to kind of give the joy of music to everyone.
And like, what benefits do you think the kids have by coming in and having this mentor that inspires them to use their special needs not as a weakness but as a strength?
I think that those kids who do have special needs, I don't think it's I think music is very healing. It's healing to everyone. No matter what you're going through, no matter what abilities or disabilities you may have, I think music is very versatile. So it's very suitable for everyone. I think music is something that can be enjoyed by everyone, and it's not something that's it's not a niche. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Music is something that's very music has the ability to unite people, I would say.
Right. And I would also say that it also brings in imagination.
Yeah, while I was there, some of the music that they were performing, it was I was in awe. The music, I could never do what they were doing. Their music was incredible, all the violins, the violas. Oh, yeah. There was flutes, there was drums, pianos.
And some students were doing more than one instrument, right?
Yes,
they knew more than one instrument.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was truly incredible. The music was beautiful. I felt like I was living in the 1800s and listening to classical music. It was beautiful.
So you do like classical music?
I do like classical music.
So do I. I guess we have that in common. And anything else you want to say about this story?
I just saw the story I really loved what she was doing because the ability to teach or give the love of music to others, I just think it's super, super inspiring, heartwarming, and I think the story was very heartfelt, and it was a good feel-good story.
All right. Thank you, Ellie.
Of course.
That's all for me. Back to you, Maya.
At the heart of this story is community and impact. How someone can create a space where people feel supported and connected. And that same sense of community continues in our next segment. But instead, the community helps one person turn his life around after a tragic accident.
Okay, guys, so now we're going to take a deeper look into our NAT package, and I'm here with
Gabriel Jaria.
And so, Gabe, how were you guys able to find the story that was so unique?
I mean, when our team researches stories, we try to find stories that are unique to just be able to show everyone the lives of different people. Like in this case, in the story, I mean, Johnny lost both of his legs due to a really bad car accident, and before that he was trying out a bunch of businesses that weren't working. And I mean, we just try to find stories like that where we can highlight unique struggles and unique scenarios that happen like that.
Mm-hmm. And so usually people aren't very open about talking about their disabilities. So how was it, without offending him, how did you guys go about that? Asking him about his disability?
I mean, we called him and he said we could go. I mean, when we got there, it was very normal. He was a very welcoming person. You could tell he's been through a lot, but he's still very strong. he's still a very kind and welcoming and nice person. And I mean, the conversation about what happened just came natural. He was open to share.
So when you guys first heard the story, like, besides just having like a disability, like, what stood out to you guys about Johnny?
Just like everything he went through. Like, he lived in New York at first, then he moved down here, and then he was trying out a bunch of businesses while being a taxi driver on the side. All his businesses weren't working, and then he got into the crash and he lost both of his legs. And then from there, it kept going worse. He lost his dad, who was his business partner. He was still trying to, make something out of his life, trying businesses, and none of them were working. So it's definitely a story that stood out because there's a lot of perseverance in the story, like, and a lot of discipline.
For sure. What is something that you hope the audience like takes away from the story?
I think the major thing to take away from the story is just how no matter what happens to you, no matter how bad things may seem, the light at the end of the tunnel is way brighter than the darkness right now. Like, Johnny just going through everything he went through shows like you in your life you will go through a lot of trials, and sometimes it'll feel like just the world simply against you.
Yeah.
But really it's not. You'll eventually find that light at the end of the tunnel, and that light at the end of the tunnel will outshine the darkness in the tunnel.
That was great. Thank you so much for telling us more about your story.
Of course. Thank you.
Now, after the break, we'll take a deeper look into this episode's commentary on New Year's resolutions.
Gulliver's Course Expo brought the gym to life with booths highlighting every program and class available. Student representatives were there demonstrating equipment, sharing experiences, and giving an inside look at what each course offered. Students and parents explored the space together, stopping at booths, asking questions, and discovering new opportunities. By the end of the expo, everyone walked away informed, inspired, and ready to plan for the year ahead.
Now, Maya talks with Dylan to give us some insight into the commentary.
So we're here with Dylan, who
Hello.
worked on the commentary for New Year's resolutions for this episode. So Dylan, do you want to quickly just explain for the people who don't know what a commentary actually is?
Sure. So a commentary is a type of video, typically a minute and a half to 3 minutes in length, where we'll basically get to give our opinion on certain topics, and we'll have to back it with statistics and evidence and graphics and stuff. And the topics can range from pretty serious topics to more fun ones, like, for example, we did if esports are real sports, all the way to topics regarding the college admissions process. And I like commentaries because it gives me a chance as a filmer and editor to be very creative and make artsy decisions when we film and edit, and I just enjoy making them.
So what were the kind of initial thoughts behind this commentary?
So we knew that the prompt had to be, that our topic had to be something related to new beginnings, because I knew it was going to be the January show. And so we immediately turned to New Year's, and then we're thinking, how do we turn this into something argumentative? And then after thinking, we came up with the idea of New Year's resolutions, because we know that they're super popular and that, January 1st, you see everyone going to the gym, but there's always been a big question as to if people are really consistent with them and if they really work. So I guess that's the approach we decided to take when we started writing.
Mm-hmm. Do you have New Year's resolutions? Do you like do that on your own?
I'm going to be honest, I had one to try and get into the gym every day. But sadly, because I have to be editing this, I've had to put a hold on my resolutions.
Okay, well, you'll get back to it.
I will, yes.
Is there something, or just in general, that you hope that viewers will take away from the commentary?
Well, not to spoil anything, but I'd say the main thing that I want people to take away with is that if you really want to come through with your resolutions, it's all about being realistic and consistent. Obviously, we explain it more in the video, but the main reason why people give up on their resolutions is because people set too big of goals that sometimes are unreasonable. So I'd say, at least my advice is to, when you set your goals, keep it within reason and make it realistic, because when you set your goals too high and you're not achieving them, it can be pretty unmotivating. So I'd say just take it in the approach where you're taking little steps at a time to overall achieve something bigger.
And did you yourself learn that from doing the commentary? Did you kind of already have that mindset before?
Yeah, I'd say doing the commentary definitely helped me teach that. But I'd also say that I've had this happen to me before. I mean, as I said, having a resolution to say, for example, like go to the gym every day or go to the gym for like 2 hours every day. Like that can sometimes be unrealistic, especially if you have a lot going on. So sometimes maybe starting at going to the gym for 30 minutes or like doing 100 push-ups at home, for example, can help if sometimes the goal is too unrealistic.
Yeah. And after doing this video, do you think that New Year's resolutions actually work, or do they serve a different purpose?
I'd say a mix of both. I'd say that they definitely do help and serve a purpose, of course, when they're within reason. But I also think there is some value in having like a pretty lofty goal, because when you're trying to chase something like perfection, even though you may not achieve it to the full of your capabilities, you're still working towards it every day, which allows you to see improvement in whatever you're doing. If you're going to the gym or you want to get better grades, I think it's always good to set yourself nice goals so you can continuously work towards them.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dylan, for coming on.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course. That's all for me. Now back to Alex.
And that's going to be for today's episode of Raider Radio. Make sure to check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. And check out Raider305's newest episode that just aired today on YouTube.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.